Hey everybody! Whoa ho ho! I'm Commerical. ICAP time. International Commercial Archeology Preservation Group. Alright. I've already talked about redressing. That it's the same with rebranding. Today, talk about merger. Companies do sometimes, there's many different ways when they buy out, like I said about redressing that happened with roads and big lot. When a business merge and become one name, there's a lot of different ways to go by that way. Well, with Eddie Lambert, he kept deals and came out doubly but exchangeable merchandise. Like putting Craftsman into Kmart at the time before he closed up all those stores. First, business to want to get that part of the pie in the same industry that they didn't have before. It makes it easier. In this case, for example, that's airlines buying other airlines merch because they want that route to expand through that area where that airline's drawn for. For example, there's a lot. Many people brought out each other. United Continental, American, US Air, Continental, Eastern Airlines, the original. Not the rebooted one, because they brought the intellectual property from. Let's see. There's so many of them. Mohawk into Piedmont into US Airways, then American. Sometimes that helped expansion for local regional, but they have to fight into a larger piece of the pie by rebranding. It's different than redressing. These are different with the rebranding. Mohawk was mostly upstate New York. Fly to anywhere northeast of the United States. I did have dinner. Then they merged with Piedmont, with mostly Eastern Seaboard. Then they were sold to US Airways. US Airways one time was owned by British Airways. They needed a couple more routes in the planes. It's cheaper that way than try to order from Boeing and Airbus. And the other brands too. So it makes it easier that way. Because of that, it's expanded that way. It's kind of like with the same for some brands to buy out and they keep the division, but they absorbed it and shut down because they want to keep their core business brand. Same with Barbadier. Barbadier started get ill. George of Amarat Barbadier. Then he expanded the company. He passed away young. In the 60s, they added the airline, the monorail, so forth, manufacturing those products and transportation. But they spin off the recreational product. That was just get ill. They usually have Moto Ski and other brands. Well, you do keep buying them and put them out of business. They want only Skidoo. Now Skidoo have stiff competition with the big two. Lap, Archeology and Plesse. They're trying to make it to be the only brand. And I'm not liking that. No, absolutely not. I don't believe in, I believe in capitalism, but I don't believe in hostile capitalism. We need to draw a line somewhere in the middle. You can't do that. That's what Michael's doing to 18 more, and now Joanne Babbitt. They want to be the only one. Now they're eyeing on Hobby Lobby. Bulk, please. Shop at Hobby Lobby to keep Michael away from. It'll be valuable. About every industry they do that. Of course. Sometimes brands do buy something similar category, but not exactly the same thing. For example, players bought boat. They own it one time. Chris Craft, Ranker, Hurricane, Vatican, boat. I have those brochures. They don't make any more. Except by the Chris Craft still around. But I don't think they own it. But the Ranker, Hurricane, Vatican boat, not anymore. So I have the brochures for that. Woo! Worth a lot of money. If you want them, let me know. I'll sell it to you. I have them. I need everything out of the garage, Syracuse. Let's see what else. Players were losing money, so they had to cut loss for that to save their snowmobile, which is the very original company making snowmobile since 1954. They just celebrated that last year. 70th anniversary. Already cat 60 already. Already cat 62. 1962, you know. But they came back. I mean, they bankrupt and they came back. The cash back twice. There's too many ever done that to expand the business this way. Some are failure. Medallions usually have other franchise, other division failure. They try the pizza. They fail. They fail and throw it back to the family that found it. They brought out Medall and put them out of business because Mickey D's Medalls want only Medalls. They don't want anybody to own a business with a muck, MT. Matter of fact, Medall was the first, way back the 30s, maybe the 20s. Not Medall's first. Medall was first. So that's why I don't like buying anything from McDonald's. Nope. I told McDonald's apologize and restart McDonald's. Never mind the movie. When you do that. What else? Cosme. Cosma. DOSMD. It doesn't spell Cosme or Cosmo. Karma. It's supposed to be a drinking only team plate. If they thought that per drink they'll make a lot of money. Yet it takes about 10 cents to make. With the syrup, cost of the cup, straw, and water. 10 cents. $2 to sell. That's $1.90 they can profit that. But today's world, everybody's being more health conscious. Soda, it's on the way down. They started at the wrong time. They should have started about 50, 60 years ago. Should have started way back then. But right now, it's health drink. And people still like coffee. They should have started Macafe. They do have Macafe. That's why they're all that depressing, boring brown cubism feeling that just look like a Starbucks. It's called Starbucksism. The architecture now. Not Googie. Named after a restaurant called Googie, which was famously next to the famous Swamp Pharmacy of California. That's why that name came from that restaurant, which came from a comic book character, Googie. The big eye, woo, Googie. Okay. It's anti-Googieism with cubism. McDonald's even took away the children and everything. They redirect themselves. Now you see the difference? It's not rebranding of McDonald's. It's redressing because they took away their mission to serve for the children from the 60s to the end of 2010. More like the end of 2000, just about the start of 2010. You see the eyebrow arch with that cubism. They didn't have to change too much. Take the eyebrow off and build it a little bit there, make it cheaper to redo the work. All the other brands follow the same format. That it's Starbucksism. Cosmet is trying to do with the cold drink. The opposing of coffee with Starbucks. Great idea. Wrong decade. Matter of fact, I did thought of that back in the 80s. When I started a soda stand that people can drive up right through. They can have a Pepsi and it should get Pepsi. Either in the bottle or in the cup with the straw fountain. And I thought of that store just completely all soda, not beer or alcohol. I know everybody wants to drink. I'm talking about alcohol. No. It's true. Without alcohol, you can't do any good business. People want to drink. Those who drink are more likely to go out. Those who don't drink are more likely to stay in. That's why McDonald's made a mistake. They didn't think about the customers that don't come out. That's the kind of thing they wanted to get people to come out for. They couldn't. For a year, they couldn't. In the beginning, it was great. Oh, wait, every single restaurant and store, when they first opened the doors, ever, you get a whole bunch of people, then it died. Usually, 90% of the business go out of business after a year or two. After, I think by the second year, they close. Because they start off too hot, then they drop to cold. If you open from cold to hot, you're more likely to successfully stay. And that's what the Medalla brothers were trying to do at the very first place, before Ray Kroc screwed up. See, the Medalla brothers started out by redressing the Medallas, by firing all the car hops, make you come up. Yeah, I read it. Car come up and honk horn. Vroom, vroom. Hey, where's the car hop? Come on. Boop, boop. Remember those days? Boop, boop. Hey, quiet. I'm trying to get their attention. Boop, boop. You too. Bye. Let me get outside. Walk right up. Hey, where's your cow hop? We don't have them anymore. What would you like? That's the way people were back then. Until everybody started realizing you have to go up in order. One thing Ray Kroc did was the beginning of the end of workforce. Because actually what the Medalla brothers did. Got rid of all these car hops that makes a lot of drive-in restaurants take notice. Let's get rid of the girl. Let's get rid of the running boy. Come on, let's go. So they can save money. And because the laws have changed to include the pay and tax on tip, the bills in Texas that, according to the interview I saw on documentary, the bill said that his girl did not want to, that's the car hop, that's his girl, that I quote that. That my girls don't want pay raise. They're willing to sacrifice in the name of tips. They were getting very good tips, 100% tipped. If it's $2 meals total bill, they get $2. Plus, they get their wages. Back then, it was very good, $2. Imagine serving 10 cars an hour. What's that? $20 an hour. Now it's $20 an hour in California. Because people now, here, it's a little bit of money for your tip. It's a few cents. Because you charge us too much money on food. No, you're getting a little bit of money. Goodbye. That's what I believe in my research. Ridiculous. That's why it's $20 an hour. Instead of $20 an hour in tip that several girls used to get. ridiculous. Well, I've talked so much about it, talking about the redressing and rebranding. After the mergers, they take business away, taking things away from customers and employees. That with mergers, many lay off because they got to do the same thing. They don't want to duplicate, so they cut their workforce. Not easy. That's why some people like the employee-owned business. Well, in this world, it's tough now to do that. Why now they're using investors group, no longer shareholders. Investors group. But all that money out by a business, the way it is now. Many may not like it. It's true. Alright, thanks for watching. Ciao.